Well, I think my dad wanted to do something to honor his father, and when thinking about the format with Bill, I think they quickly circled in on amateur golf, which is something that my dad has always had an affinity for, and his father before him had an affinity for, and I think they realized that there wasn't really a college tournament. Well, they just felt like college golf was sort of on the rise, but there was room within the college landscape for a very good college invitational in a format that I think might only be otherwise used at the NCAA kind of championships.
Well, Warren, Ambassador Stevens, and I were sitting on the back porch of the Alotian Club, and he started talking about the possibility of bringing an event that naturally would be a world-class event to the Alotian Club, and what kind of an event would it be? And we settled on college golf. We felt like there was the best opportunity to do something significant in college golf, and sort of everything blossomed from there. But in that initial conversation, because I had spent time in Chicagoland and had been lucky enough to come here a few times to play, I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to bring the best players in college golf to Shoreacres, to have them test themselves in this wonderful, this just amazing setting, the Seth Raynor design. What a wonderful marriage that would be, and then to have the world be able to see it on Golf Channel with the beautiful vistas and all of that, that would be magical.
Well, I mean, I think, when you host a tournament, you certainly want the golf to be as high quality as you can get it, and I think that's very much a driving factor behind the teams we try to invite and get to attend each year. We want the best field we can possibly have, but I also think, we want to grow the game. We want people who might not have access to golf regularly to get to go to wonderful places and see some of these great clubs, play some of these great courses, and be around the people that are at these places, the members, the staff, the fans. I mean, it's a great experience for these college players, and I think we've been involved as a family supporting the First Tee for decades now. And really, I think we want golf to be as accessible to as many people as possible, and we do think it teaches young people especially life lessons that will make them kind of more successful and frankly better people. I just think it's a game that if you let it, it will teach you a lot about life and how to be a better person. And it doesn't necessarily feel that way to these young people who are just out here enjoying and having fun. But I believe they're having life experiences that they'll carry with them forever.
But the idea was always to try to make it as prestigious an event as it could possibly be, and that is the way that Ambassador Stevens handled the Alotian Club and handles a lot of things in his life. And so I thought, well, the only way that they will do this is at a high level, and so that translates to the field. I think we, being at the Alotian Club, initially it was a new event, they hadn't heard of it because it didn't exist, but I think having it at the Alotian Club, which was on people's radar, was like, okay. And then the second year it was at Seminole, and that sort of solidified the elite status of the venues, and teams really started to want it to be on the calendar. And I think, this year, having Northwestern as the defending national champions, having Stanford as the #1 ranked team, and then having Oregon in the women's field, which finished third in the NCAAs last year. I mean, it's got to be, I would think, one of the strongest fields, non-NCAA championship fields in the history of women's college golf. Men's side, you've got top 10 teams as well. These are amazing players. Just to go back to the women's field, Rose Zhang and Lottie Wood, both the two hottest young players in women's golf, both played in the Stevens Cup, even though it's only been played for 4 years.
Yeah, I just, when you think of Chicagoland golf and North Shore golf, I just think Shoreacres is sort of the epitome of all of that, and had our team up here last fall a couple of times, and we hadn't gotten them up here before, and certainly kind of having our eye on this prize and hoping to be included. But it's incredible to be able to bring them to this venue. And, I've seen it being in the area in the golf business for so many years. I remember 25, 30 years ago, the mystique and the aura, just how incredible the golf course is, the facility, the membership. And so for us to be able to showcase not only women's college golf, but men's college golf here, I just think I echo, your sentiments that it's really going to be a treat for the world to kind of see what this Seth Raynor, Shoreacres facility, just how you're opening the doors for us. So it's a real honor to be included, and it's going to be incredible.
I've played it before. It absolutely blew me away. It was one of those kind of hidden gem moments for me where I didn't know too much about it, didn't know what to expect, and just had a wonderful day here, and it really did just make a huge impression on me. Everything about it, the course, the clubhouse, the facility, the grill, I guess, and then in the shop. But had a wonderful time. And then when I heard that the JTS, had potential to come here, I got very, very excited about it, and am so grateful for the club, to the club for opening its doors. I think it's going to be a great experience for the players, for the fans, for us, and it's a huge honor. So, like Bill, kind of pulling in this morning and seeing the morning light hitting the golf course, I got the chills and got the goosebumps and got really excited about what's to come.
And we just couldn't be more honored to be included in the field. And certainly, Bill, we were talking earlier when you said, what does this event mean to college golf and specifically to us? And it's been an event that has had a little bit of mystique to it. It's very exclusive. It's sort of, how do you get an invite into this event? And it just started at a level that was at the highest as far as the teams that participated, TV, the venues, all of that. You knew that it was just an elite event. And there aren't many events in college golf that just start at the top. But I think that you've been able to achieve that, and we just are really honored to be included in the field. But really proud of our group and our players for winning that national championship and sort of, in my mind, solidifying and validating you including us in the field this year.
So I think what you'll find is people of all different stripes, so members, players, coaches, fans, parents of players, people from the business world, what have you, will all be interacting, having fun together, enjoying each other's company, and enjoying this beautiful place together.